Dominate your trade, kick your competition's ass. Brian Adams here. Contractor's Contractor. Tuesday afternoon. What is it? June 4th. Hey, in this video, in this episode, we're gonna be talking about. Oh man, got so many emails and text messages about what should they do first. Website, Google Ads, Google profile, YouTube. Why YouTube? We're going to talk about a little bit about the economy right now, uh, and your systems. No matter if you're busy, slow, struggling, no matter what, you've got to stick to your systems. Stick around, guys. Cool. All right, guys. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Oh, I get so many text messages, emails, messages on Facebook, and I'll even respond in like different groups. People are like, "Hey, I need help running my Google Ads. Anybody know how to run a Google Ads?" And I'm like, "Dude, before you run Google Ads, there's like so much other shit you need to be doing." People will reach out to you and say, "Yeah, I'll set that up for you. $200, $500, $700. It doesn't matter because they don't care what kind of response you get. They just want to take your money and run the ads for you. And there's just too many things that you need to be doing before you start running Google Ads. Uh, and like right now, we're live on YouTube, we're live on X, we're live on Facebook, a couple of different pages. So let's get into which one you should be doing first. So one, before you start running Google Ads, and here's what happened. It's like you'll see some of my videos, you hear other people talk, because we're spending anywhere from like 250 to 350 a day on Google Ads. So people would just log in. If you have a Google business profile, Google tries to talk you in to getting more clients by running ads, and they'll help you set it up like on like it's called Smart something. It's like half of what the behind the scenes is with Google Ads. But and you'll spend, I don't know, $500, $1,000, $1,500. You'll have someone set it up professionally, and you'll spend, I don't know, a couple thousand, who knows, run it for a month, 2 months, a week, and not get anything except empty bank account. And then you bitch and scream that Google Ads didn't work, doesn't work, it's a sham. Me and anyone else who said Google Ads works is full of shit. So no, if you can go and watch any of the videos that we have, and I'm telling you, there's a lot of things you need to be doing before you just start running Google fucking ads. And the first one, and it's like almost the same time. You need the website and Google Business Profile. So Google Business Profile is first and foremost. I mean, just Google Maps, whatever the hell you want to call it. You've got to get that. You got to claim your business, whatever you have to do. Google sends you the postcard sometimes they don't. But you need to show up in Google Maps. You got to show up in that top 3. You got to be in the 3-pack. The guy was going back and forth with me a couple of days ago on Facebook Messenger going, yeah, but something, he didn't have the time or the money. He doesn't have the reviews. I think it said something like he's never going to be able to rank in the top 3 because he only has like 15, reviews, like 5-star reviews, whatever it is. I was like, dude, that's not even a little bit true. Go watch my fucking videos. Google reviews has very little to do with how you show up in Google Maps. There's a lot more to it. The citations, the backlinks, the geotagging, how often you post, the content that you're sharing with homeowners, that kind of stuff is going to play way more into it than reviews. Yes, Google likes the reviews, but they like the reviews in hopes that you're responding to those reviews. Because if people are leaving reviews, that means they have a Google account, whether it's Gmail. So if their client, meaning someone who has a Gmail, like an account with Google, if they go on there and they respond, to your Google business profile, even if they're asking you questions, which is huge. Watch the fucking videos. You need to be answering as many questions as you can, and Google tells you which questions people are asking. So this thing, how to get ranked on Google Business Profile. It's just that that's one of the first things that you need to do way before you respond or start trying to run Google ads. Look at Charlie over in outside of Dallas, Texas. He doesn't run any ads. All his business comes through Google Business Profile, some of the Yelp, but he's always going in there responding. He has it to where it's ranking, and that gives him enough business. JB down in Florida or Alabama, Fulton, Alabama, whatever it is he runs, very minimum Google ads. The majority of his phone calls come through Google Business Profile, because when they type in cabinet refinishing or painter near me, he shows up in the top 3 of his area. That's the whole thing about dominating your trade. Is you got to show up in your area. You got to dominate it. Patrick says, yeah, because Patrick, you've been dominating on Google Business Profile for a long time down there in Florida where you're at. But I don't have a Google page. You don't have a Google website. You have the Google page, meaning Google Business, with all the pictures, maybe some videos. So that's what Google considers their page. They used to give the websites for free. I don't know why they stopped doing it. Everything that they do is designed to get you, the contractor, to spend money on ads. And I don't think people with the websites spent the money on the ads, so they just got rid of it. But you need the website only because people want to learn more about you, and they can only learn so much through Google Business Profile, Google Maps. I'm going to call it Google Maps. That's what it is. Yeah, so that's first and foremost, way before you run the ads. But you need the ads. The ads show up before Google Business, before Google Maps. When someone goes in and searches exterior painter, home, exterior, interior painter near me, roofer near me, hardwood floor guy near me, whatever it is, whatever they're searching for, any service, dance studio near me, karate studio near me, the first thing Google shows them is the ads. Now it's Google Guaranteed, which is the same as the ads, but it's the ads and Google Guarantee. The first 3 or 4 things they see is that, and then they get down to Google Maps, Google Business, and below that's going to be Yelp and Thumbtack and Angie's List, and then some websites that have been around for a very long time. So there's Big Charlie now. So Big Charlie.
What's up, Brian?
I was just talking about you, and people are always hitting me up with they want to run Google ads, and I'm like, dude, you ain't ready. You're not even showing up in Google Maps.
Right.
And most of the time, if they start showing up in Google Maps, they'll go, "Hey, I don't need to run the ads right now. I'm busy, bro." I'm like, exactly. Shit, you get you get way more than enough work between Google Maps, Yelp, and referrals.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's why I'm late. Sorry about that tonight.
Yeah, but I don't even know, Charlie. Do you have the YouTube channel? I know I've bugged you forever.
No, I do. I finally started one about 3 months or so ago.
Oh, okay, yeah. But and again, one, because it's free, like Facebook and everything else that we talk about. But YouTube's the number 2 search engine in the world. And Google's biggest thing is they want people to keep using Google. They want people to keep using Google. They don't want them to use Bing or DuckDuckGo. And I guess there's a couple of thousand other search engines. And I think Congress is slowly trying to break up the monopoly that Google has on the search engine. And I don't know if they can. Because like back during COVID, my wife got pissed at Google for, banning people and limiting the information, all that crap. So she said, I ain't using Google anymore. She went to DuckDuckGo or whatever the hell it was. But that lasted less than 2 months because every time she went to search for something, she couldn't find it. So she had to end up going back to Google because, man, when you go to search for something, Google really helps you find whatever the hell it is that you're searching for.
Everybody that calls me says they found me through Google. Now, I've had a couple of people say they found me through, they're on Bing, but
Mhm.
besides Bing, and is Yahoo even still considered a search engine? Or,
I don't know. I mean, I have a Yahoo account,
oh, I do
and
too.
it shows up, and I look at some of the news things that come across it. I can't remember the last time I went into Yahoo to search for something, but they're definitely there. Uh, and Bing is you should still be there. Like you said, you're there for the same thing with Bing. And I
Mhm.
don't know if they still do it, but they used to do it. Was Bing hit me up and said, "Hey, we see that you're running Google Ads. You know, do you want to run ads on Bing also?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't care." And so they said, look, we can go in and copy everything that you're done. It won't, all you do is click this button and say yes. We'll copy everything that you've done with Google Ads and transfer it to Bing, and you're up and going. Just add in your credit card.
Yeah,
Uh, it,
and I
it,
don't pay for the ads there either, but
no, uh,
if you go to my Bing page, it looks identical to my Google page because, like you said, you transfer everything right over to it.
yeah, they
So
do
it's
it for
pretty
you.
simple to do. It's one
Yeah,
or two clicks and you're in.
and that was the thing with me, even with Bing, because they're just like Google Ads. Is Google will show your ad to a lot of people, but the only time they charge you is if someone actually clicked on the ad and went to your website to learn more about you. And Bing did the same thing. So I'm like, yeah, I'm only going to get charged if someone's clicking and going to my website. And
Right.
that's the whole thing is I want them to go to the website. But the YouTube is, man, because we filled it up with just so much content, like every question people are asking. I'm trying to go in and to make videos to answer those, uh, and then I'm structuring it to where I put it to where it's local to me. Uh, I'm not doing countrywide or nationwide or worldwide. I just want it to be like a big radius around here.
Yeah.
And I don't know, people still find it. They'll still call me from Texas or all over the place and asking me about certain things. One, like the biggest question is always price. Two is like, can engineered hardwood floors be refinished? So I put together a real nice video. I showed the thickness of engineered flooring and what 1.5 millimeter looks like versus 3 millimeters versus 4 millimeters, and and you show all of that stuff and just go through it.
Yeah. I've
And then
seen,
the other question is, should I refinish my hardwood floors or just replace it? So we answer. I mean, we got a lot of those questions answered, and we send them to homeowners.
yeah, I've seen those videos that you had posted. You've posted a couple recently that I haven't seen yet, but all your old ones up till about 3 months ago, I've seen them
Yeah,
all. A couple of them several times.
yeah, and only because like the girls in the office, because it's like we talk about the systems is when someone emails us or leaves a message or calls us up, the girls run through all the questionnaires, and they'll, even as they're on the phone with them, they'll send them the text message with the prices and all that stuff. They have to, send us the pictures. So as soon as they send them the pictures and the address, they go into YouTube and they grab 2 or 3 links and they send that to the homeowner and say, hey, here's a video explaining that or showing you a house just like yours with your type of flooring so you can see the process. Or when they ask about engineered flooring. If they ask about can they the hand distress, can it be sanded smooth? We send them that link and it shows that process and me talking about. So it's all for because once you do it, you have it forever. I mean, you can go in there and change it if you need to, but most of the time you're not going to have to ever really change it unless something drastically happens.
Right.
Uh, I do want to start making a bunch of videos like you're doing with showing the cleaning and the difference in the cleaning and the polishing and maybe stripping the wax, maybe not. How to clean the wire brush flooring and why the wire brush flooring gets so damn dirty and what to do about it. Because I think that's like, and I don't know if I have a video, but it used to be when I would go to do consultations or do the estimate, take just like a regular original hardwood floor where the house was built in 1950, and it's all orange, and and that's the natural, but it was like the varnish that they used, and over 40, 50 years, it's all oranged out and it almost looks like a stain. But they always have that wear pattern, like in front of the refrigerator or at the door, where there's no varnish left anymore. It's just a grayish color where it's just. And I want to do some videos like that showing how that's just raw wood and show the difference even with the orange varnish. And then there's the areas like I can go into someone's house and you can tell immediately that the cleaning crew has been mopping it with water because the grain is opened up and raised, and now the grain has filled in with dirt, and all the grain is almost blackish gray, and everything around it still looks pretty nice. And I explained to the homeowner why that happens. So I need some videos like that, and I haven't done any to where I can just send to a homeowner, here's what's going to happen. And I always tell them, say, hey, you're not here. The cleaning lady comes in, she's mopping it like it's a fucking boat deck because she thinks the more water she uses, the less she has to scrub. And maybe that's true, I don't know, but the water doesn't evaporate. And it takes about 6 months to a year before you realize what happened. But the grain opened up, filled in with dirt, and now you're looking at it going, hey, I don't remember it looking like that. And then you go to freaking try to clean it, so you're using more water and just making more of a mess. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Part of what you're talking about, where there's so much water, though, I see it a lot because I do a lot of the older homes. And if you go in, you see where the kids have come out of the bathroom over the years after getting out of the shower, and they're wet. And you see they run to the right to a bedroom, run to the left to a bedroom, and you'll start to see those areas turn gray on you. So it's the same thing with the water. But do you run across very many wire brushed floors?
Yeah, a lot right now.
I've seen one in 37 years.
Yeah, because like maybe 12, 13, 14 years ago, the decorators, whoever, interior designers just started pushing the pre-finished, 5-inch, 7-inch planks, wire brushed, and it's usually the light gray or even the natural or the Nordic, what they want to call the Nordic color, which is almost like the low invisible or white oak. For whatever reason, it's the light colored floors with the wire brush, and within 6 months it looks like shit because there's no way to keep it freaking clean.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of. I mean, I understand some guys love it, but I've never been a big fan of that. Even the look.
Yeah. JB said he's going to try to get here. He's running late. Hey, Robert said that he doesn't have to run the ads. He's just the Google listing is and the website is driving him crazy. Robert, I'll tell you, man, like I was telling, can't even think of his damn name. I had to go on Facebook and look. My buddy out in Greensboro, North Carolina, who said he's booked up for like 3 months. I'm like, dude, raise your prices. He said, I raised them. I said, raise them again. I said, when people say, how much should we be charging? I answer the same every single time. As much as the homeowner can get. Yeah. And they're like, well, how do I know that? I say, you keep raising your prices until they say no. And these guys who say, man, I went on 50 estimates and I got every estimate. I'm like, well, dude, you're probably you ain't charging enough. Oh, I'm charging a lot. I said, well, evidently not enough that they're saying no. And during COVID, man, we were raising it seemed like every other week we were raising 25 cents a square foot. I mean, we went from I think it was like $5.50 a square foot up to like $7 for natural in that 2-year period.
I understand guys' hesitation of raising prices. When you and I first started talking and you heard what I was charging, I was scared to death to go up. And I had a little pushback from some of the clients that I'd had for 20, 25 years. They were comfortable with those old prices. But now I've gone up, I guess, 3, maybe 4 times.
Yeah.
Small increments. Every once a year I'll go up.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing anywhere between 40 to 100% less than some of these other guys that don't have any experience. They're taking quick courses and they think that they've mastered their trade.
Yeah. And that's what I was telling this other dude. I said, and so you're doing that, you're pushing the limits to how much you can charge. And as your reputation, as your brand, as you get more knowledgeable, as you get better with everything, mentally, you're going to feel like you're worth more. So as you're talking to homeowners and explaining things and educating them, you're going to come across to where even the homeowner is going to be going, man, this dude, he sounds like he knows 1,000% more than the other guy that was here yesterday giving me an estimate. So when you show up a lot higher, they're going to assume, yeah, well, man, look how he held himself. Look how he came in. Look how much he knew. All of that stuff. It all plays a part. But if
confidence.
Yeah, if you're getting every job and no one's saying no and giving you any kind of pushback, and you're already booked up, and that's what and when these guys say they're booked up for 2.5, 3 months, now's the time to push the limit. I mean, if you haven't worked for 3 weeks, yeah, don't go in there and start raising your fucking prices. There's something's wrong. You're not getting any of the jobs.
Right.
So you got to look at all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, but you have a clientele. I was hoping JB got on here because I wanted to ask him. Was your clientele, Charlie? You've had these guys for years and years. Are you getting new clients?
What's that?
Are you getting new clients?
Oh yeah. My phone never stops ringing since we've been sitting here. I've had 4 texts, and not everybody has worked. Some of it is going to, when I get back to them, it's going to be a question about how to do this or how to do that. Yeah. And I explained to everybody, I have some basic information on my Facebook page. If they want to go look at that, they just type in cleaning or polishing, and they can learn a little bit. But if you haven't invested in having me out to take care of your floors, I don't waste a lot of time trying to explain to somebody how to clean their floor.
No. Yeah, it's because I was going to ask JB and even Ryan is because I don't know. It's like everybody talks about inflation, and it just depends on which Facebook group you're in. Some guys, like, they'll say they're booked up for 3 months, and then other guys will say they haven't worked in 3 months, and what's going on. And I don't know.
Sometimes it's the guys.
Yeah, I think so.
It's them. I mean, if you're not relatable when you go out to a house versus somebody that's friendly and confident, you're going to lose the majority of those jobs. Price doesn't have a whole lot to do with all of that.
And I think I'm talking about like the guys who say the phone just isn't ringing anymore. But then when you ask them, what are you doing to get the phone to ring? They won't even have a Google business profile. They rely on Facebook. They rely on Facebook and word of mouth. And right. They're not. And when I say Facebook, they're not running Facebook ads. They just have a Facebook page that they post on. And I say, well, who do you think sees that?
Your friends and your family. All of us guys in the groups. But I'm amazed at the guys that don't even have a landing page or a website.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll see comments or commentary going on in groups, and I'll see somebody post some of their work. I'll go take a look at it. And so you go to their Facebook page and they've got an email, but they don't have a website. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
You cannot be successful. I don't care whether you're in Dallas, Texas, Los Angeles, or BFE, Egypt. People have to have a way to find you, and not everybody's on Facebook.
No, I don't think my wife would trust anybody who didn't have a website or show up on the internet, because she's like, I don't know what, she's older, but I think most women, they research everybody before they ask you to come to their house. They're looking at the Google, they're looking at the YouTube, they're looking at the Facebook, they're looking at some of the reviews, the good reviews, the bad reviews. They go to your website, they read all that crap. But if all you have is a phone number and a half-assed, Facebook page where they can't find anything, it looks a little, like, I don't know, like suspicious.
It's suspicious. It looks very suspicious.
Especially when there ain't no reason to. Because even if you didn't want to pay, because you built your own website, right?
Yeah, I got better from time 1 to time 2, but it's still just a basic page. I have a lot of photos on it, but I encourage, but I list my prices and what I do. But I try to encourage everybody to go to the Facebook page if they're on there. And then now that I'm on YouTube and TikTok, they can go there and actually see the work. And I should have listened to you even on that a long time ago. People love the fact that they can see who you are and that you're actually working.
Yeah. They fall in love with you. They become friends with you even before they call you most of the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they dislike you.
Yeah.
One or the other. Like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
want that guy, shady looking guy in my house.
Yeah. uh, it's I don't know, it's crazy, but because we got if the website went down for whatever reason, I could send them our YouTube channel, and they would learn way. I mean, it's like I almost wish I could send them to the YouTube, and I could, I could run ads and just send them to the freaking YouTube channel, but there's nothing to fill out the forms and all that other crap. But man, if they go to our YouTube channel, we got almost 600 videos and another freaking 500 that we haven't uploaded. But when you get to the home page, it's like all you see is video testimonials for the, and then how to do it yourself, the answers and questions, and then just homes after home after home of us doing the work. I mean, to me, you see, if a homeowner goes there and sees that, they're like, well, shit, this guy just didn't start yesterday.
Right.
And the video testimonials like really help. I've had so many people reach out and respond, about that. And then the how-to stuff really helps also, because I tell them like, man, try to do it yourself. Because the thing, and guys like, man, I don't want to teach them how to do it because, then they ain't gonna need to hire me. I'm like, dude, if you teach them how to do it, they'll realize how effing hard it is, which will make them want to hire you even more. Because I think a lot of these guys go to Home Depot and try to rent shit because they don't realize how hard it is to refinish a floor. Maybe they think they can clean it. And I didn't even know until recently, Home Depot rents all the shit for cleaning the floors like these janitor guys do. But if you do the videos and show them how much work is into it, they second guess it going, shit, never mind. I'd rather just pay the dude.
Right. That's homeowners. Now, some of these guys that are wanting to learn how to do it, they'll try to take little bits and pieces of your videos and put it together. They think all of a sudden they're a wood floor guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I was like, because guys ask me, I've got a couple of guys that I meet at these karate seminars, and they're like, oh man, I want to learn from you. I want to come underneath you. I want to be able to put your patch on my gi and, and have you give me certificates, throughout the rankings and stuff. And I'm like, dude, it ain't going to happen. He's like, well, we can do the Zooms. I'm like, dude, it ain't going to happen. You can make the videos. And I'm like, dude, it ain't going to happen. It's like, I've got, I don't know, not as many as I should have, but I don't know, maybe 20 different, martial art videos on different techniques or how to block, how to kick and all that shit. But I mean, and it helps if you were in class with me, because you go to practice it next week or next month, you may not remember it. So you can go and watch the video and then you can go, oh yeah, that's what he did. Okay, yeah, now I got it. But if you're not there physically doing it, where I can watch you and see you and show you all the little nuances, you just can't learn it on a video. And I don't know if I could teach someone how to sand a floor through the videos, because you can show them how to run the sander, you can show them how to, all of that crap. But man, there's like so many things that I point out, like in the grain and the scratches and why it's different and why it isn't, what's going to, I mean, it's just, I mean, you've been doing it as long as me, so Charlie.
Yeah, it's funny. There was a company out in, I think they're in St. Paul, and a wood floor company. It was Pete's Hardwood Floors. They've been in business for 25 or so years, and for the most part, their business model, I mean, they have a guy that sands floors, and they have a couple ladies that worked in the office, but their whole system was built on teaching homeowners how to do it themselves. But they had in their display window, they actually had a wood floor installed, and that's where they would sit and train these people to how to sand and finish. And I think people have gotten so lazy. They actually, Pete's went out of business in, I think, November or December after all these years. But I just don't think as many, again, people aren't like they were 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You have to do it yourselfers, but that means they may want to paint a little something or, stand something on the stair rail, but they're not going to want to take a machine. They just don't have that drive to do it like they used to. So, but I was in shock when Pete's went out because they were great. They had a great business going. And I thought a pretty good business model with that, teaching people how to do it. And then they stayed incredibly busy with the refinishing. Now they did keep that open. Bob is still doing the refinishing out there.
Yeah, but, and I think Doug out in Chattanooga, Tennessee, he even talked about maybe wanting to rent sanders and rent equipment to homeowners that want to try to do it themselves. But I don't know, like, but that same thing is like, I say, man, make the videos, show them how to do it, because I've watched videos on different things that I was going to do around the house. And when I watch the videos and I see how hard it is, time consuming, and just, I'm like, man, F that. I'm gonna just pay the guy.
Well, if you live by yourself, it's one thing, but if you've got a wife that's going to sit and nitpick your stuff to death, you want to hire a professional.
Yeah. What's up, Big Bob Donnell? Miss you, brother.
Ryan. What's up,
Hey,
brother?
gentlemen, how you doing?
Ryan, what's up,
See you.
brother?
Sorry, I'm late. Had a meeting.
No. Yeah, you were talking about that. Yeah, we're just kind of going through right now. Like, people ask me to run Google Ads for them, and I'm like, you're not ready. And they're like, what do you mean I ain't ready? You just run ads. I'm like, let someone else have your money.
It's a bigger picture.
Yeah, it's like, I can set it. I got the videos that show you how to set it up, but you're going to set it up. You're not going to get the results that you wish, and then you're going to blame me and Google and everything else. And there's just too much stuff that you need to do before you run the ads. But so I don't know. So maybe I don't know. Like, with the inflation and everything, people cry about the economy, and I don't know if it's good or bad. I mean, I know we're spending more money on ads to get the same amount of business as we did last year. But that's through. I mean, I've been in business since like 1980. I've been doing wood floors since 1982. So I've seen all the highs and lows and ups and downs and everything else. So it's always highs and lows. So yeah, we're spending more money right now to get the same amount of business. But my brother-in-law is in Austin, Texas. He sells the Nissan cars, and last month he was number one. This month he was number one. So for the last 2 months he's been number one. Last month he sold 28 cars. This month he sold 29 cars, and so he was calling me up, all bragging, and like oh man, but I was like, man, good for you, dude. Like, so I'm listening to that, and I'm thinking, well, shit, somebody's spending money, and we're busy. So and I think me and Ryan have talked about it, is no matter what the economy is like, someone's getting their houses painted, and they're going to Google, they're trying to find someone to paint their house. Instead of having 1,000 homeowners, you may only have 500 homeowners, or 300 homeowners. When those 300 homeowners go to look for someone to paint their house, they better find you. Or at least you better be one of the people that they find. Because if you're not, you don't have a chance.
When times are down, start dumping more money into it.
Yeah.
That's the time to put more money into it. When things are easy, you can slack up a little bit.
Hey Ryan, what? And you're getting. I mean, you're doing estimates every day. It seems like. But some of the projects that you're getting right now, who are they? Are they someone remodeling? Is it someone that's just moved into Florida from up north? Who's your clientele right now?
It's a total mix, believe it or not. I mean, I've got low income, I've got middle. Actually, I can't say low income. I would say middle income to the upper income. We're in Melbourne Beach again, right next to that multi-million-dollar home we did recently. We're doing a colonial style home right now, and it's probably worth the $4 or $5 million. I'm sending some videos. I did one today. And we're doing some of the middle class. I mean, I just literally got an ad for cabinet painting. So there's people out there. I mean, they're hitting from every angle. So I haven't seen the downside on this yet, here at least in Florida.
Yeah, like so we're not selling as many homes in California as we were, but people are still buying them. So our clientele is the people who just bought the house, want to get the floors refinished before they move in. But it's probably upper class. I mean, like upper class, upper income. But anything around here is like the shittiest piece of shit around here is $1 million for a 900 square foot piece of shit house. So I'm not sure who the fuck can afford it. But if they can, I guess they can afford to get the floors done. And if they can afford to pay for it the right way. And then we get ready to do a project for a gentleman who, I guess he owns the patents on a whole bunch of equipment that hospitals use. So he's got a nice chunk of change. I think I put on one of the Facebook groups. he had these cool ass freaking speakers. It's like this big 1/2 inch glass. It was about 2 feet wide, and it kind of went up like the shape of a banana. And there were speakers, and he hadn't even took that to market yet. He wouldn't let me take pictures of it, but the sound came out of the glass, and the reason it was like, the bass would be down here, the treble up here, like all the different instruments would come out of the glass at a different section, and it was on that angle when all ricocheted off the wall. I mean, it was cool as hell. He's gotten money, so I guess it's the guys who have. And then I've got several homeowners who, and they're in between renters. Renters move out, they want to get the floors done before the new renters come in. And a couple of those rental jobs, I'd say they're middle class. They're not like a lot of money. They've had the home for a long time. Now they're doing pretty good. Rent is so stupid priced around here. Kind of like you, I guess it's a mixture, but it's definitely more middle class income to higher income. But it's hard to say anybody around here that has a house is low, is even middle income. It's mind-boggling. But if they're buying, if he's selling that many cars in Austin, Texas, people are spending money. So the interest on cars right now is way more than freaking interest on a house. I mean, it's almost easier to buy a house than it is a car sometimes. Crazy.
And everybody from California is moving down to Austin, see?
Yeah. Which is screwing up Austin even more.
Yes. They keep coming
They
east
can keep coming here as far as I'm concerned. I love them. Which bring your wallet.
Right.
Yeah. So we covered the YouTube. Well, and I tell you too, like the YouTube and Ryan's really. I mean, I had to beat him up a little bit for a couple of years, but he got it because you got some great videos of like you just mentioned that $4 million, $3 million, $5 million house, and you've got some really good videos where you're outside the house and you're like on the sand, and you're showing this property. So when future homeowners see those videos, they're like, "Shit, this dude's legit. How much is he going to charge me? This guy's got to be a lot more than Joe Smo in the back of his Pinto." And they still call you and contact you, almost mentally think you're going to be more. So when they hear the price, it's like, "Oh shit, that ain't." You may think it's a lot, but they're probably thinking, "Shit, it's not as bad as I thought it would be." You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Because we've got a lot of videos like that. When we have projects like that, I'll make sure that I'll be the one to go out there and do the videos because I know how I want it to come across, almost like subliminal to where I want them to see, shit, we're working on a $16 million project right on the beach, and they see it.
Yeah, I'm really trying to capitalize on this project because 3 years ago they had another painter come in and paint their house, and it's peeling. And the entire house peeled. So we've got like 30 gallons of paint, chips, dry now after it's been applied everywhere. And we had to, cover everything, the pool, plastics everywhere. But we stripped the entire home. And it's pretty impressive to see that we stripped this big colonial home. We stripped it all to almost nothing. And then what we're going to do is come back and do it the right way. And so I'm documenting that, and showing that on the video, how we're doing it, why we're doing it, and why not hiring a professional or the right company is going to cost you money.
Wow.
Hey, JB said, "What's up, guys? You're up, JB. You're supposed to be in here."
I know where you're at, JB.
Hey, JB, what kind of clients are you getting right now? Middle class, upper middle class, or economical wise, not class, but who are you getting all the work from? So the YouTube, the website, the Google business profile, man, it's just there's a lot of shit you got to do before you start giving Google money, for sure. Look, this dude right here, Alec. What's up, brother? That's YouTube king right there. Alec was on YouTube ahead of everybody else. I mean, maybe as long as I've been on YouTube. I don't know. I was on YouTube way before it was even YouTube, before it got bought by Google. But Alec makes money off of YouTube, showing like the patio covers and shit that he does, and just crazy. I mean, there's just no reason not to have the videos. I mean, it's like you carry a freaking video recorder that's better than any of them. And Ryan, you're not old enough to remember, but when we had to go watch my daughter do dance recitals, we had to carry a big ass VCR. That was a battery was about this big, and you had to have a couple of them. Charlie knows.
Panasonic.
Yeah, it was, and then they kept getting smaller and smaller, and then you end up with the because even the welcome video that I have on the original website, which I mean it should be changed, but I'm not changing it. I'm just for superstition reasons. But that my wife filmed that using the 8mm camera, and we had to download it and use this Pinnacle. I mean, it was a pain in the ass to make videos and get them on the internet way back when. To where now this is live on YouTube right now. It'll always be on YouTube. So there's just no friggin' reason not to. Go live on the Facebook, download those, put it on YouTube, or just go straight live on YouTube, whatever. There's just no reason not to. And the more content you can have, the better. It just isn't going to change. Another thing I put on my notes I really wanted to talk about was the systems. We have systems for everything, but when guys start getting slow, they may be used to getting 3 or 4 phone calls a week. Now they're getting 1 or 2 phone calls every other week. So they're not having the opportunity to bid or give the estimates that they're used to. We have a system for when the time, and I've got a great video. It's probably one of my favorite videos on YouTube is our process for answering in the leads that come in, how we do it from the time the phone rings or the text message or the email, our follow-up, all of that shit. It's all on there. But I've seen people want to deviate from that system. I don't know, they get nervous that it ain't going to work, or they want to give the discount too soon, or it's like, I'm telling you, man, it's like you've got to iron out these systems and then stick to it. Because you're slow, or man, when you start needing the work and doing things different and taking jobs that you normally wouldn't because you haven't had work that month, just it can snowball and put you out of business, or worse than that, stress you out so much that your freaking hair grows gray faster than it should. Isn't that right, Charlie? Look at all this.
Yeah.
Because you've got systems for how you answer.
It's when the hair starts falling out, you have a lot of trouble. So.
Hey, Charlie, if that starts happening, I will quit everything. I need my hair.
Yeah,
me and God made a pact a long time ago.
Beautiful flowing hair that you got.
My wife will leave me if I don't have the hair, man.
Oh man, it's painful.
Yeah, then what would happen? Because what's your system? Just real quick, you ain't got to go through every little detail, Ryan. And then I'm going to ask you, Charlie, because I don't think I've asked you before ever. But if you get a phone call or an email or something, what's the first thing you guys do, Ryan?
Well, we've got a sheet that I try to go by. So system sheet, and matter of fact, it's right here.
Yeah.
But we answer the phone, we talk to them, and we try to build a relationship. I think is the most important thing. Like we've discussed in the Master of Business class, build that relationship. Talk to them about where you're from, your interests, all that good stuff, and build that relationship with them prior to going and seeing it. And then when they see you and meet you, finally, you're a hero. You're this guy that they met on the internet. They saw your video, your welcome video, all that stuff, and you have something to talk about, something to relate to with these people, and that helps tremendously.
Yeah, because I've got I've got guys that would start to use the system and ask certain questions, have them send the pictures. They're real hesitant about even talking about numbers over the phone. And I'm like, man, you got to get over that. I cannot stand that. You're trying to buy a car or anything. It's like, What's it going to cost me? Well, you got to come down here and look at it. We got to talk about it. I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking waste my time driving over there. Just tell me how much is it. Oh, well, you got to come down here. I'm like, that shit has always bothered me. And so like and so my wife is the one who's like, they're asking you how much, because I did the same thing. It's like, well, you're not supposed to tell them over the phone how much it's going to be. You got to get there, because if you can get in front of them, they're going to like you, and you got a better chance of closing the deal. And it's like, she said, and my wife was like, no, people hate that shit. They don't know. Like, just tell them, tell them something. Give them a big ballpark figure. Give them the low, the high, whatever. I mean, and now I've learned over the years, I always give the high. I show up and give them a smaller price. It's better, but. So guys will start to try to put together a system, and then when they're not busy, they'll go right back into, well, what's your address? I'll come over there right now. And I'm like, dude, now you're driving around again. You're doing free estimates. You're driving to someone's house who can't afford your services, and you're getting there and you're desperate for work. So you're lowering your price already off the bat, and then they're seeing that and they're asking for a discount on top of that. And now you're wondering, it's like, I'm like, dude, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, man. You've got to, and it takes a while. I mean, it's like, you just can't take my system and run with it, because I've been doing it for so long. What works for me isn't going to work for you until a certain time as you evolve in your business. But you've got to have certain things that you do over and over again. And Ryan still answers the phone. We have someone in the office that always answers the phone. But Charlie, if they text you, Charlie, or they call you up, and I know you said you have prices and stuff on your website already. And we do also, but if someone calls you, what's your system? What's the first thing you do, Charlie?
Well, before I met you, I would answer every call, and basically do that, run out as fast as I could to give them a quote. I would either do it if I didn't have anything going the next day or within a few days. We'd set a time. But after working with you, now everybody, it's almost, I don't want phone calls anymore. Actually, I don't get a ton of phone calls. That was the 14th contact I've had today for work, but that was only the third phone call. Most of the people that, when they find me anymore, it's always through Google, and then they go to my website. So I'll just, once they send me the little contact form, all I do is send them everything. This is who I am. This is what I do. And I take that back. Those are the second and third things. The first thing I say is I need some photos. I used to go out and look at so much stuff because people don't know what they have. They don't know if it needs a cleaning, if it needs a refinishing. So since I stopped refinishing and all, I didn't want to go look at all that. So the big thing for me anymore is just get the photos and let them understand the price. And I make them say that price is acceptable. I tell them, you're going to basically be spending $150 to $180 an area if you don't know how to count up your square footage, because nobody does. Yeah. So I'll just have them go count the rooms. If you've got 4 rooms, it's going to be $600 to about $800. And I don't need the work anymore as much as I used to. So it's a little easier for me to have them go through all the steps. And I'll run through about maybe one person out of 20 who doesn't want to go through the steps. They just come look. It's like, well, no. But I will tell them, if you want me just to come look, it's $75, and I'll just come look. Yeah, because there's no reason they can't send pictures. Everybody's got a freaking cell phone. There's just no reason they can't just snap a couple of pictures. And you're like me, Charlie. If they send me 1 or 2 pictures, I can tell them more about their house than just from the floor picture. Exactly. And it saved me a fortune. I would go out and look at 20 to 25 jobs every Friday. So I lost a day of work looking at jobs, and now I can filter through that. If I get 25 people sending me photos, I can probably help anywhere between 7 and 10 of those people. So, and out of those 7 or 10, 2 or 3, oh my God, you're too high. It's like, well, call around. You're going to find out I'm almost the low guy. Yeah. But the thing is, it saved me hours and hours and thousands of dollars and time and resources driving out, because you can't get any place fast. You have to. Everything's 30 minutes to an hour away, so you can lose a great deal of your day just doing estimates. Yeah, and it just drives me crazy when I hear that. I feel bad for these guys, but because I even made the video on how to measure your floor,
old school with a tape measure, the width times length, and even the video, like, hey, homeowners, like, you're getting estimates on your floor, they're going to charge you by the foot, or like, don't take their word for it. You need to know how to measure your own floor. So when guys come over and they tell you one thing, you can double check it. And so I'll make it like that. But I'll say, look, if you don't know how, here's a video that shows you how to take a tape measure, and just it's 10 foot by 10 foot, it's 10 foot by 11 foot. The hallway is 3.6, it's 3.5 feet, and it's 12 feet long, and any of that shit. But most of the time they don't want to do that. But if they send me the pictures and I can look it up on Zillow, how many square feet the house is, all of that shit. I think, and I know, Brian, I think you guys use like Zillow or other shit. Like if you can type in the address and learn a lot just by the house, especially if you're doing exterior painting, right, Brian?
Yeah, on exteriors, we can do that. It's a lot easier. On interior stuff, we offer so many different things. It gets a little more difficult than the hardwood flooring business, I feel. We do garage floors, we do handrails, we do, interior painting, exterior painting, anything that has a coating on it, we do. So we need pictures, and then some of these projects, I would say 5 out of 10, 50%, we actually have to go out and have a look at. But I hired a sales guy to do that for me.
Yeah, and that was my thing, even with the, because I tell the ladies in the office, I said, even if they're willing to pay the $75, $125 for the consultation fee, I said, they've got to send the pictures. I mean, like, because years, it hasn't happened in a long time. Like years ago, I showed up because the lady said she needed her hardwood floors refinished, sanded, and restained. And you show up and it's freaking like the old click together plastic crap. I'm like, this ain't even freaking wood floors. Where if I had just made her, if I had just made her send the pictures, I would have been able to tell her, say, hey, man, you don't even have wood floors.
Right. Oh man, that'd be something else.
Yeah. Hey, it's 52 minutes now. Hey, anything that you want to bring up to any young business guys or anything before we get out of here?
I'll go back to what you were saying regarding to the Google and these guys throwing money at Google or trying to throw money at Google, and you're saying, you're not ready. It takes experience. It takes a lot of time to do this correctly. And you got to have your systems down. You've got to understand how to answer the phone. There's so many different things on, following up. You're I'm having a brain fart. Sorry, it's been a long day.
It's the guys that use the apps and the AI to answer their emails and phone calls and use the bots to try to respond to homeowners before. And I'm like, dude, it's man, any lead that comes in, any homeowner that's reaching out to you for a service, man, it's just, for me, the most dangerous thing to do is let a computer answer them.
Yeah, I hear a bot, I hang up instantly. Yeah. They're like, you hear that pause when you answer.
Computers actually aggravate me.
Yeah. Or even like, because my wife would do the filling out shit, like, ask a couple of questions. It has the questions that she'll answer. She'll answer like 2 of them and she'll go, wait a minute, it's a fucking bot. And like, she gets fucking frustrated and pissed and wouldn't use the company if they called her back.
Absolutely. Yep.
Because like she almost feels like she was taken advantage of, or she's like, no, I don't want to sit, like, because you have to do that shit with, like, already when you're dealing with a fucking credit card company, or if you're calling like anything for the water department or electricity, it's like, you gotta, here, please listen to her, the things have changed, push 3 for this and do that. So you already have, man, if you're trying to hire someone to come work on your house and they're making you do the same shit, it's like, fuck that. I need to talk to somebody.
I'd rather hear somebody's answering machine or their voicemail over talking to anything AI.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It gets very frustrating.
Yeah,
but for me, the beauty of what I do, all my new clients, 90+% contact me through the internet.
Yeah,
the majority of my phone calls that come in are from my existing clients that I've had 20, 30 years. They're used to carrying the voicemail.
Yeah, no, like, it's like everybody loves referrals. Like, I've been in business for so long, and all I do is get referrals. And I don't know, I'm okay with them. That they're not my favorite, because sometimes I feel obligated. Because they don't fit into my system the way that they should. Send them straight to the fucking website. Like if Ryan calls up and says, "Hey man, Charlie said you did some work on his house," blah, blah, blah. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna send you a text message, boom, 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 and here's a link to our YouTube channel and our website. Take a look at some of the videos." But that text message is going to have everything that everybody else gets: the prices, our way we go out, $75 fee, blah blah blah, and then they'll call you back and they'll. I still want you to see all the video testimonials. I still want you to see the videos of the work being done. I want you to send me some pictures. If I have to come out, I want you to know it's $75. But once you set up the time and you've sent the picture, we will probably say, "Hey, Ryan, since normally it's $75 for us to come out, but Charlie recommended you, so we're just going to waive that immediately." Oh man, thank you. But now you already feel like I did you a big favor just by waiving the consultation fee. So now it's like you're really already falling for us. But I still want to make sure that ballpark prices and everything that when we come out there, how much it's going to be, running the numbers and stuff. So I'm not it's not that I don't like the referrals, but it's like when someone calls me up and says, "Hey man, Charlie recommended you, so I need you to come over here right now." I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Who is Charlie? He'll just because I know you, he'll come do it for free.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hey Charlie, anything to say before we get out of here? It's almost an hour into it.
No, I'm sorry I was late. I missed your message and everything getting in, but.
No, I appreciate you guys being here, and I know JB wanted to be here. JB's been swamped right now. I guess the economy's not, whooping his butt so much.
Things are going well.
Man, especially for like you guys in Florida, there's still people like just getting out of the north and moving down there. And right now, I think because right now is just a busy time for everybody, or it should be. School's starting to let out. People are trying to get things done. They're going on vacation. Or right now they're getting stuff ready because they want to sell and move while the kids are on vacation before they start the new school year. All of that stuff. They got the taxes back. They know all of that. It's like the busy time of the year. With the election, it's probably still going to be a little bit different, but yeah.
Lots of houses are going on the market right now. I did one house yesterday to get it prepped for going on the market, and I did 2 today.
Yeah, I can see how
this week.
Man, for what you do, Charlie, with the cleaning and the polishing, man, I could see how, man, if a list of freaking real estate agents is because they may not want to spend the money unless it's in really bad shape to have the floor completely refinished like we do, but to have someone like you come in and clean it up, touch up the little bad areas, and polish it the way that you do, so that when they do that open house or they start having people walk through it, it's looking as good as it can look. Man, I could see how you would really stay busy like that.
Well, I'm in about 6 real estate groups that allow contractors in, and then I've got about roughly 200 real estate agents that I work with that will refer me. Now they don't all refer work at the same time, of course. You'll get one a week, sometimes 2 a week if you're lucky.
No, and that's the whole, and that's why you need so many real estate agents, because if you looked at it nationwide, there's probably more real estate agents, licensed real estate agents, than there are homes for sale. I think like right now it's 1 for 1. But like most agents only sell 2 houses a year, maybe. It's like it's the 80-20 rule. 20% of the agents are doing 80% of the work.
Well, I send them I give them a $25 spiff if they've got wood floors. Every time they send me somebody, I've got a couple of agents to get their floor cleaned every year for free.
That's cool as hell.
And it's not a ton of money, but at one time. No,
but it's the appreciation. It's just showing them that they're appreciated.
Well, they'd rather have that sometimes than a Starbucks card. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By far.
They love the fact that they can get the discounts on their floors.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, Ryan. Because Ryan sees the freaking rockets shoot off all the time from his house.
Right.
Yeah. And then Thursday, it's one from Texas, the big Starship Yeah, it's the fourth one. So I'm hoping this is the one that does everything it's supposed to do. That's the Starship. That's the one that's going to go to Mars.
Who does that? Amazon.
That's SpaceX. That's Elon.
Elon. Okay.
Yeah, the Starship is the biggest rocket ever in the history. Yeah, and this is
What
the fourth.
who is the Amazon guy?
Jeff Bezos.
What does he do? He just shoots guys into space.
Whatever he wants.
No, he does the
No,
dumb stuff.
but he sends people up. They go up and come right back down, I guess.
Yeah, he sent them to where they try to get to out of the atmosphere, so they float around a little bit, zero gravity, and then they come back down.
No crotch
I think
rockets.
it's gonna take like a couple minutes of
Yeah,
gravity, and you work your way down.
and Virgin Galactic, with that dude, he was trying to do the same thing, but he was hoping to get it to where he could get it in outer space, fly around a little bit, and then come back. That's what his goal is. And
Richard Branson.
Yeah, Brandon. And
Branson.
Elon didn't have any interest in any of that shit. His number one goal is to set people on Mars, and there's certain things that he has to do that. You guys hear because right now Tesla owes him like, I don't know, say $52 billion, and they're trying not to give it to him, and he needs that money because that's his next phase of getting people to Mars.
Yeah, we just did a job not too long ago for a company called Space Perspective, and they're all over here where I live, obviously, because we launch rockets. But this place, look it up on Google, Space Perspective, and they launch a balloon, and it goes into low Earth orbit, and you dine, and so it's a massive, like almost like weather balloon, I guess. And then they have a capsule that you dine in outer space. It's pretty wild. We did the whole interior of their massive shop, and
That's crazy.
pretty interesting. I mean, I would actually do something like that. I'm sure I can't afford it, but that sounds kind of neat where you're up there and you stay up there for a while and, do your thing.
Yeah.
You guys go right ahead. Take pictures for me. I'm real interested.
I don't know if you heard that quote from Elon Musk, but he said he would like to die on Mars, just not on impact.
Yeah.
I bet.
So his goal is to get people living on Mars and then finish his life off living on Mars when he gets to a ripe old age, I guess. Who knows?
Don't get
That's a hell
it.
of an achievement, if you ask me.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, man. Thank you guys for being here. Just a ton of knowledge. It's just I can't get these. Anyone trying to grow their business is you've got to watch these videos, not just mine, but there's so many decent, business videos out there. This is late in the game, so you got this far, you already know. But there's a lot of bad advice out there also, and I don't know how to warn you against the two. I don't know if you Valuetainment, PBD, his before he became PBD, his entrepreneur videos are some of the best out there. Maybe they don't pertain to instructions, but in some ways they do, and his books also. So, but there's just no reason to be taken back. I mean, it's like when the homeowners go to Facebook and start asking questions. I'm like, my God, man, the worst fucking place in the world for a homeowner to try and go get information. You get 1,000 different answers, and all of them are probably bad. And my answer is always the same: hire a local fucking professional that's going to stand behind his work. Because if I show up and a homeowner starts telling me how to do my job because they read it on the internet, I'm out. I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. It's like I'm already an uphill battle. Yeah, you don't need me. Hire whoever the fuck told you to do it that way. Because as soon as because my way is different, and if any little bad thing happens, they're going to be, oh, see, I knew we should have did it the way the guy on the internet said. I'm out. I'm not even a little bit. That's why I got so many fucking videos on the internet, because I want them repeating my stupid shit to other guys who come in. Well, Brian said it should be done this way.
There you go.
But I do on a lot of the videos. I tell people, it's like, hey, I'm in Southern California, like a climate-controlled fucking environment. The way I do things here, guys in Mississippi can't do it the same way. The humidity is different. The weather is different. Guys in North Dakota have winters. Just because you're seeing my video right now, don't think this is the way it's supposed to be done in your area. You know, hire a local fucking professional that's going to stand behind, you know, what he says. It's
And a
crazy.
good one.
Yeah. Before you start giving guys money to build websites and do Google ads and all this other shit, is, man, you need to do your freaking research. And this is going longer now. Because, and again, I've got the fucking videos. You can learn how to do all this shit yourself. But at the same time, the ladies in the office, and even my wife right now, you know, my daughter and my partner taking over the business and all this other shit, they all of them going, well, when are we gonna learn the Google stuff? When are we gonna learn the Google stuff? And I'm like, when it's time. If something happened to you right now, we need to know how to Google. At least they know that, like if something happened to you and Google didn't work, how'd the phone ring? So they're asking the right questions. I say, well, it's set up to where it's going to run on its own for a long time, but we'll get there. And my wife, that should be the first thing you teach them. I'm like, no, if all they were going to do was marketing for other companies, that's what we would be learning. They're trying to learn how to run a business. So they need to learn business shit. They can hire someone to do the fucking Google ads. They can do the research, do all that stuff, you know, vet these people. I said, but there's too many things like how to answer the phone, how to follow up, how to hire employees, how to put out the fires, how to calm the customer down, how to go through all this shit in the advance. Man, because if you see me at a bidding a job, you'd think I was trying to talk the homeowner out of the fucking job. And it's not that. I'm trying to educate them to the best of my ability and give them all of the what ifs, because there's always what ifs. And when it happens, yeah, I don't want them saying, because when something bad happens or the homeowner points something out, now it seems like you're trying to cover your ass. And I'm not. I'm saying, hey, this could, but if it happens, and I've already talked about it way in advance, they're like, oh yeah, you know, Brian said something like that may happen. I think someone's doing it, like one of the projects they're doing this week. It started off, it was just going to be clear natural, but now it's looking like they may want to, they end up, they want to do the stain, which is a huge price difference. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean they don't have the price right? No. I said, no. I said, who the fuck didn't follow the system? Who the fuck didn't follow the system? I was like, no, every proposal they get has both prices. Yeah, but they were only going to, no, I don't want to hear that shit, because they changed their fucking mind. And yes, they got the text message way back when, could have been a week ago, could have been months ago, but it says, this is how much it's $7 for clear natural, $8.50 for the stain, yada, yada, yada. That is long gone in their mind. They need to see it right on the proposal, right on the joist that they send. They need to see both prices. And when you're there as the sales rep, when you're filling it out, we give them the price before we leave. I want both. Well, we're going to go with the clear. Boy, if this was my house, I would go with the clear. Clear is my favorite. I want the natural. I don't want to hide the wood. It's the best price. It's going to save you money. But just in case we get it down to the raw wood, something happens, you want to stain it, here's how, you know, boom. I want them to know that price, because now when they, in their head, they don't know, they may be thinking it's either the same price, probably not, but I don't want them to get that fucking shock value, because at the end of the job, when they're giving that last check, I don't want it to be a bad taste in their mouth. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I do the same thing. I over-explain myself, and I tell them, I understand I'm talking too much, but I need you to know, or I want you to know what I know. That way you can make the best decision.
Yes.
Always get the high number.
Yes.
Versus the low number.
Exactly. And when I'm doing that fucking video, or when the guys out there doing the proposal and consultation and shit, and they see me or whoever the sales dude is out there, and he's making a video, hey, we're here at 722 Prospect Avenue in Orange, wherever, Newport Beach, and here this floor is, and then he's describing the floor and he's showing all the areas, and so he's doing everything. Like, there's a bad area over in the corner we need to pay more attention to. There may be a board that we have to change out. They're thinking about going natural, but they may want to see this color or that color. And so he's walking through the whole house doing this video, because it may be 2 months, maybe next week, maybe 3 months. Sometimes it'll be next year. But when they send over the crew to do it, everybody on the crew can see that video. So when they show up, they already know more about the fucking job than I would ever know, and or maybe even the sales guy if he didn't rewatch the video. So that's what the video is for. But over the years, I've learned, and Ryan will tell you, is that video, and the sales guy knows, is we're looking for dents in the wall, holes, shit that's already been broken, and we're recording that shit. We may not be saying it in the video, but I've taught the guys to make sure, hey. So when at the end of the job and they come back going, hey, well, you guys put a hole in this wall over here. I was like, no, man. I was like, they did? Oh my God. Yeah, we're gonna pay to have that fixed. 10 minutes later, you go back and you go, oh my God. Hey, when the dude was out here giving you the consultation, he took a video of the phone of the floor, and the homeowner's like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Well, that hole that you talked about, yeah, it's in the video. Oh, it is? We didn't even never notice that. No, you didn't. But
we do something a little extra too, and we actually record the conversation as well as do a video, because there's so many conversations that go on that are, well, you said this, you said you would do this, or what about this, and so it's literally voice recorded, and it saved our asses a few times.
That's a great point. And that's like my wife tells these guys, is like she would almost rather go back and forth with a text message because she wants it in writing. And I say, that's fine, but I want you to follow it up with a phone call. Or if you're having the phone call, hang up and then respond with a text message saying, hey, Ryan, we just got off the phone. We're talking about da 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 da. We're going to do this, da 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 da. I just want to follow up and make sure that
we're on the same
both
page.
on the same page. We're clear. And then you respond, yes, Brian, that's exactly what we talked about, blah, blah. So you have a paper trail. There's just, with the technology nowadays, I know a lot of guys, and Ryan uses some of the apps. That's why I don't like turning it over to these freaking CRMs, customer relation management software things. It's like we use a lot of the new shit, but a lot of it is old stuff with new shit added in to build the relationship and then cut down on a lot of the problems that end up. Because with the text message, shit comes across sometimes not the way it should, or they read it wrong or something. That's why I like everything to be followed up with a phone call. Hey, I just sent you a text message. Didn't know if you read it yet, but kind of wanted to go over it with you. Oh yeah, we got it. Yeah. All of that. There's just no reason to.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Got to get out of here. Next week. All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Have fun.
Thank you, guys.